This was the day when Satyavan must die. This is a very dramatic line at the end of the opening canto of Savitri. It asserts the necessity of the death of Satyavan. It says Satyavan must die. It does not say Satyavan will die. The line is bare without any literary embellishment around it. A simple, straightforward, direct narrative. Savitri, in one of his letters, said that he would not change this line to anything else, even if he is offered the Nobel Prize for such a change, even if he is given the title of Kavi Samrat, the title of Kavi Samrat, the king of the poets. He would not change that line at all. Such is the directness, the line so bare in his statement. This was the day when Satyavan must die. Well, it's a pivotal line, a crucial line in the narrative of the epic Savitri. We at once see in it that the day, the time, the hour, the moment of the death of Satyavan has been firmly fixed, has already been fixed. Muhurtam, Kshanam, Vedam, Divasam, Muhurtam, Kshanam, Vedam, Divasam, day, time, hour, moment of the death of Satyavan is fixed. This is what Savitri was reckoning on the day of Satyavan's death. Muhurtam, Kshanam, Vedam, Divasam. Narad had foretold the death of Satyavan, and Savitri was alert to be attentive to this particular moment of the death of Satyavan. But why Satyavan must die? Well, we could at once say that it is the second death of the Supreme Being Himself. The second death of the Supreme Being Himself. By His first death, the Supreme Being, by His first death, brought out this creation. He became the inconscient being. He sacrificed His royalty, His greatness, His transcendence, everything, His Aishwarya, His majesty, everything He sacrificed, truth and light and power and consciousness and joy, that He abandoned and became the void, Shunya. And in that void, He established Himself as the nothing, And that is the first death of the Supreme Being. It is that death which has initiated the process of this mortal creation here. Now, this mortal creation at the moment governed by death and ignorance, has to step into a mortal creation governed by consciousness force and life and joy and truth and happiness. These have to come here. In order that this new birth takes place of the Supreme Being, it is imperative that the Supreme Being abandons his past. He gives up his past. He dies to his past. And it is out of that death a new world, a new creation will be born. The epic Savitri opens with a simple dawn. On the day when Satyavan is to die, Savitri gets up early in the morning and gets ready to face the embodiment of this void, the shadow being that is death himself. And it is by eliminating death, that shadow being, that a new Satyavan will be born, will take birth, a new manifestation will begin. In fact, in order that that happens, it was necessary for the divine consciousness force herself, the divine Shakti, the Supreme Mother herself, should take a mortal birth. The divine Savitri should take its mortal birth. And it is through that mortal birth, human Savitri will accomplish a task of removing death. In order that Savitri takes its mortal birth, it was necessary to prepare the support, the adhara, the base for our operation here. It was necessary to invoke her incarnation here. It was necessary to compel the Supreme Consciousness Force to take a mortal birth. And it is that compulsion which brought Savitri down here upon the earth. In fact, it is Ashwapati who compelled the mortal birth of the divine Savitri. He himself, the Supreme himself, comes here as the incarnate, takes the human form and does yoga tapasya. On the basis of his yoga tapasya, he creates the adhara, the foundation for the divine Shakti to work here. It is when that ground is ready, Savitri takes the mortal birth here. And it is then she who has to meet death, to remove death, who is standing as an obstacle in the process of manifestation here. The antagonism of the inconscient stuff has to disappear. Therefore, the death of Satyavan epitomizes the travail of this world. It is not just a travail of this world, but the crux of the issue, of the problem here, of death standing in the way. Savitri comes here, accepts the travail of mortal birth. The certitude in that is that she will vanquish death. The great sacrifice of the Purusha, chanted gloriously in the Veda, Purusha Sukta, has to be performed in another way here. It is that great sacrifice which is now being done by Savitri. This creation, in that sacrifice, this creation will be recreated with the divine body. The divine body, or the primal being, offers itself to initiate the process of the creation. Now, again, the divine body of that primal being offers itself to bring out a new creation, a new manifestation. That is the significance of the death of Satyavan. In that death of Satyavan will come the new world. In that death will be established a new order, an order based on Satyam and Ritam, truth as existence, truth as dynamism in the process of time here, a divine manifestation out of the inconscience is the central issue. In order to fulfill that necessity, to meet that necessity, the opposition of the inconscience has to be removed, and that can be removed only by the divine Shakti herself. And in order that she comes face to face with death, Satyavan has to die. Things have now matured to a point that a new order can get initiated, and therefore the necessity of the past being removed, the necessity of the death of Satyavan becomes an imperative. In order that the new world is born here, he must die. And therefore, on this particular day, when the divine action is going to take place, Satyavan must offer himself to death. This was the day when Satyavan must die.